Geminis, welcome to your weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for October 24th through the 30th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this channel is about using the actual constellations in the sky, known as Sidereal Astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to check out the link down below for more information. All right, so Geminis, this week we do have a lot going on, astrologically speaking. The most important event is that we have a new moon at the end of the week on Sunday. So this is going to be in an area that's already been unfolding for you, which is the area of home or family or your health, which is the last lunar cycle and now this next new lunar cycle as well in Virgo. So we'll talk more about that. It is going to be conjoining your ruler, Mercury, by the way, so a lot of new beginnings with you. But let's go ahead and look at this in terms of how the week is unfolding leading up to that new moon over the weekend. So first things first, Venus is going to be squaring up to Neptune and sextiling up to Jupiter here around Tuesday and Wednesday. And this has been a Venus who's recently shifted into your 6th house. So maybe you are enjoying a bit of the routine this week, or can be. Maybe relationships through work. Anything that is about your time management, energy management, and all this can be enjoyable. Now, I do say that with a grain of salt because Saturn has been in your 6th house, which is more about patience with your work, patience with your routine, time management, energy management, really getting into the structures and, you know, that mature and patient approach to all this, because it does take time with Saturn, you know, but things are continuing as they have been this year to develop, to help you develop this daily stuff. And I think with Venus here, a bit of enjoyment and a lighter side to it, or you could be connecting to those daily things quite easily. And in many ways too, it's going to be a new beginning with the work, in a sense of maybe bringing in a bit of that enjoyment into the process. Now, I do want to say that Venus does also rule your 5th house and your 12th house, so there could be some new beginnings with your self-expression in the sense of taking that seriously and working on that, as well as maybe your spirituality and alone time. So that's going to be as the week unfolds, and I think by the end of the week there is that new beginning there involving those areas. But here around Tuesday and Wednesday, Venus squaring up to Neptune does suggest maybe a bit of idealism in the air, maybe involving the work. So, or maybe there's just uncertainty, or there's a bit of cloud about it. Whatever it is there, it's good to kind of, well, really with Neptune, to be present. That's the best way of working with it. And that way we can be listening to our intuition. We can be accepting, and we're not projecting, because usually the caution of Neptune is when we're projecting something, and it can create idealism, it can create uncertainty, it can create doubt. And then again, this could be involving the daily things. So just being present, I think, is a great way of working with this. And if you don't have all the information, maybe it's good to sort of take a step back until you do, so you have a bit of clarity and the ability to make a conscious decision there. But if you are making a decision, in either case, listening to that intuition and presence can certainly help with that. And Venus sextiling up to Neptune, or excuse me, up to that Venus, excuse me, Jupiter, is here in your 4th house, which does suggest maybe these first couple days of the week are good for the home life, the family life. You know, there should be some good opportunities here, and maybe some possibilities here unfolding this early half regarding those things. All right, so that's Venus. Now, in regards to Mars, we do have Mars, who's recently gone into your 7th house. So maybe lately you've been more motivated to cultivate some relationships, or really just be more direct and more independent in your relationships, in fact. And there's been a lot of transformation with this last week, because Mars did go over Pluto. So there was maybe some old patterns, some deep things that transformed and changed in regards to that. Maybe even too with your work, since Mars does rule your 6th house. Maybe there's some transformations with that, or maybe with your ideals last week. So whatever it is, I think it's still an excellent week to particularly continue to be direct and to learn more about independence and all this, you know, more personal stuff. Your personal needs, basically, when it comes to relationships, and finding the middle path there with still cooperation and still tact and harmony. But Mars in the 7th, it's good for you to be perhaps a bit direct, as long as it's healthy, you know, a bit, about understanding more about what your personal needs are in a relationship, or just in dealing with others and that type of thing. And yeah, maybe leadership and anything else that's active in relationships could also be supportive as well. But I do want to say here around Friday and Saturday, as we approach the new moon, Mars will be squaring up to that Uranus, so there can be a bit of maybe wanting to break free, maybe some tension, maybe some restriction the second half regarding these things, maybe even to the work. So again, just like earlier in the week, I think it's good to take a step back, because Uranus, we can feel a bit impulsive, a bit like, making some sudden decisions or whatever. It could be involving your career and relationships or your work, something like that. And so listen to that, because Uranus has been helping you see the importance of having more freedom in your career and in your productive life. And there's something you can certainly build towards and work towards that, but do, be present with it, sort of take a step back if need to, and do be aware of if you have this feeling or tendency to make any rash decisions at this time. All right, so that's the major aspects leading up to the new moon. So let's talk about this new moon, another new beginning involving your roots. And so this was the case about a month ago. And so a great weekend to set some new intentions, to sit with this energy and see how you can continue to cultivate what has been and will continue to shape up with maybe your home, maybe it's your location for some of you. For some of you, it's family. For others, it might be your health. So whatever those roots are, those foundations, and conjoining your ruler, in fact, and you beginning with you and your goals and your independence and what you're doing and all of that stuff relating to you and your home. It's been a big emphasis there, and I think with this conjunction, there's certainly a freshness about this time of the year, you could say. All right, so Geminis, hope you guys have a fantastic week. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next week.